So let's make our way down and through the legs of the Sphinx, where we always wanted to be. What's up, everybody? Badass Games. Welcome to Natla's Mines. In this level, you start off underwater, but that's okay. You don't have to swim very far before you can find some air. Go ahead and surface if you need some air. And another thing that you should be aware of, too, is that you start this level without your weapons, so you are defenseless, my friends. So be careful if you find any enemies in this level. You're going to have to fight them, but you don't have any weapons, so just be cautious. And I'm going to show you everything about this level. So this level is very confusing, let me just put it that way. A lot of back and forth, but I'm going to try to break it down for you so you know all the shortcuts, but also the developer intended way, so you can get through this the right way if you want. So one of the first things I'm going to show you is how to skip this boat. So one of the things that the developers want you to do is they want you to find a lever that's going to release this boat. The boat's going to float over to here, and it's going to allow you to run and jump to get into this section right here. But if you are an astute Tomb Raider, or if you've seen this walkthrough, then you will know about this shortcut right here. If you do run and jump from here, and you aim for this tile right here, then you can easily skip the boat. You don't even need to find the lever. And if that jump's a little bit too hard for you, I'll show you another much easier way of doing it. Get in the water, and you want to get into this corner. Get as close into this corner on the surface as you can, and then pull up right here. Do a side jump to the left, and then hold the action button to grab the ledge, and then you can shimmy all the way to the left to pull yourself up and into that section. So there's two ways you can get through this without ever needing to activate that boat. But I'm going to show you the developer intended way, so let's go ahead and just restart. The first thing that I recommend you do if you need the pistols and the secrets, which is what we do need, is to go underneath the waterfall first. This is going to be the quickest way to go through this. And back in here, you'll find another corridor that leads up, but if you turn around, there's a lever right here. We're going to pull this lever, and that's going to open a door somewhere else to another switch. That switch is going to open another door up in here. So we can't even go straight this way yet. We need to open up that other door. So we got to go find that lever. I'm going to take you to it now, because that is the next step. The next step would be to skip the boat if you're doing it, but let's go ahead and do this the developer intended way. Let's come on into this area. And a couple of features in this room, there is a drill over there. We need to move that out. There's a lever that's going to move that out. That's actually the boat gets you to that lever. And then we can continue through the level that way. But I'm doing the developer intended way, so let's go ahead and move this box out of the way. And behind this box, we're going to find another corridor that leads to that switch. And here we go. This is going to open up that other door. That's going to allow us access to the rest of the level. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's go to that doorway. So now we got to go back. Like I said, there's a lot of back and forth in this level. It leads to its confusion, honestly. Go back underneath the waterfall and pull yourself up through here. We don't need to pull that lever again, so we can bypass it. Let's pull ourselves up here. And then jump over to this section here. This is going to lead you into an area. Lara Croft is going to look into the sky at this building, and she just knows there's something there for her. She just knows it. Let me show you this area. I'm not going to grab anything because I'm only here for one purpose, and that is to move the boat. But I'll go ahead and take a look around. There's a large med pack on the ground there, and there's also some Magnum ammo here. But there's also 3 receptacles right here for fuses. So the goal is to grab all 3 fuses and put them in the receptacles. When you have them all 3 in there, that building drops to the ground. You can go in there and get your prize. Now there's this room. And the only thing you can really do right now is what I'm about to do. Or you can also go through this door straight ahead of Lara that I'm looking at right now. That'll open as you approach it. There's a fuse back there. And then over here to the left, There's another fuse back that way, but it's blocked off. There's another shut door that's preventing you from doing that puzzle. And we're going to have to open that here in a little bit. But this way right here is the way we want to go. You notice that there's a hole up there. That's a return path from where I'm about to go. In order to activate that boat, I need to get on top of this building. And I'm going to use this box to do so. I need to pull this box toward the building real quick, so that way I can get the run and jump I need over to the building. But knowing that I'm going to come out of this hole, it's a pretty far drop, so I'm going to move this box a little bit closer to the hole. This is going to allow me to safely leave without taking damage for the fall. Now that we have the box in position, let's go ahead and jump over on top of this building, and we'll find a breakable tile. This is the only breakable tile you need to break in this level for After Us the Deluge achievement. Great, now that we have that done, let's go ahead and continue through. Come on up here, and this corridor is nowhere else to go except right here to the right. You'll find this lever. This is going to finally free the boat, and we can finally get to our section that we know shortcuts for. Let's slide down here. If you would have slid down on the other tile, you would have missed and you would have fallen all the way down and taken some damage. But if we do this way, then we can just run out and grab, and she'll slide right on through. I'm going to leave the med pack. I'll leave the all the other stuff for when I come back. Like I said, there's a lot of back and forth. I'll say it one more time because there's a lot of it, and we got to do it again here. And we're not done. And we're not done. Let's go ahead and leave. Just fall into the water, and come on over to this boat. Finally, we're going to go back here and do what has been waiting for us. We'll come into this room. You'll see some Natla boxes. One of them is not like the other. Now, make sure you grab these Magnum ammo before you move the boxes. Otherwise, you'll get stuck and you won't be able to grab them. So we need to move these out. And this box, I need to push into that cubby. And then there's another movable box. So we got to move him out twice. And then pull him out of the way in order to get behind and access that area back there. Okay, one more pull. And then we're done. All right, let's go. Now behind here, we're going to find another lever. And this lever is going to move that drill that I mentioned before. Okay, I did a roll there and I ran and it canceled the camera on you, but the drill moves out of the way. So let's go ahead and head back that way. Back behind this drill, there is a movable box. So we're going to want to move him, but we want to push him. We don't want to pull. Push this box in twice, and it will put it into position for you to access another section that you might have missed. If you pulled it, you might actually miss this. Put this box right here and jump on top of it, and then pull yourself up right here. You'll find a lever. You'll find some UziAmmo. Great. Now let's pull this lever. And what this lever does is it's going to open up that one door that I said is preventing us from getting one of the fuses. So now we have everything set up to get all the fuses. And now the next step is to get all the fuses. Yeah, awesome. Now, before I go any further in here, I want to go ahead and save the game. And I want to mention that if you go too far into this room, then you're going to spawn an enemy. But remember, you don't have your weapons. So be very careful here. Because if you spawn him in, then you might have to fight him, you might die, you might have to chug some med packs. You're free to go all the way up to this fuse, but no further. Don't go any further into this room. If you do, you get shot at. But you can grab the fuse safely, no problems. Grab that thing and turn around. Let's continue through here, and we're going to go back to that other area where we were before, so I can grab all the stuff finally and do everything else that's necessary in that area. Include getting the first secret. We haven't even gotten a secret yet. This should be the final back and forth that we need to do, by the way. So let's go ahead and make our way up to here, and then we'll jump this gap again. And make our way into the room where Lara Croft looks up at the building. This time she shouldn't, because I already saw it. And then, yeah, we'll grab all that stuff here in a little bit. Finally, let's go over here to the left first. It doesn't matter which one you do first. It really doesn't matter. So we're going to go over here to the left first. Through here, we will find this area right here. Now, you'll notice that there is a fuse that we need right there on this conveyor belt. But we can't grab that thing, okay? We need to turn this machine on, is essentially what we need to do. This gate right here was shut before. We opened that not too long ago. It's going to allow us into here, which give us some UziAmmo and also another lever that when we pull is going to turn on the conveyor belt. And that conveyor belt now pushed that fuse out and onto the ground right here. Excellent. Now that we have the fuse, we have one more left to get. So let's go ahead and leave this area and finally come into this area over here where the door is shut. This door opens as you approach it. Sometimes this stuff trolls me, especially in TRLEs if the door's shut. If the door you open by approaching it, it's usually a good one because I get stuck. I'm always looking for a lever or something. Alright, now this is a race, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit about this room. There's a boulder right there. It's going to roll down this track right here. And it's going to block this opening. So I'm going to show you guys what happens, what you need to do if you get blocked. As soon as you step right up on top of here, that upper boulder is going to roll through, okay? And it's going to block that opening, and you won't be able to go through it. You might be able to, you know, jump through this, or maybe even use the run through it like this to try to get... Looks like I'm stuck, man. But anyway, it's no big deal. So what you got to do if that happens, if the boulder blocks you like this, you have to reset it. You have to reset the room. So to reset the room, you simply leave. This is the way to leave. And then when you come back through the shut gate, the boulder will be reset and you'll get another shot at trying to make it through there. So now we're in here again. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yes, our boulder has reset. The opening is open. And now we're in for a run. Simply just do the, you know, just do this area. Run and jump over these hurdles. And you want to enter this on the far end. Don't enter it. Don't try to enter this from this end right here like this, because as you can see, the ceiling's too low. And you'll get stopped and crushed. But here's our third and final fuse. Now all we got to do is make our way back. So let's go do that. As I run up through here, I want to take caution because there are some boulders right up there that we want to avoid. We can step here to trigger one and get out of the way. And then we can make our way to the top just safely. Alright, let's fall safely down here to avoid damage. Take a little bit of damage if you don't. It's okay, it's not much. And now we want to make our way out, and you do get out the same way you always came in to reset the boulder. Just like when you reset the boulder, you just leave the same way. And with all three fuses in hand, we can use them finally. Alright, we have everything in here taken care of. Not everything in here. We still have that large med pack on the ground. I'll grab that here soon. But first, I'm going to go ahead and plop all three of my fuses into these receptacles. Every single one you put in there is going to lower the building by a little bit. But I don't think no matter what you try, you can grab the top of it until you put the third fuse into it. Third fuse, and there it is. Now I'm going to take a hop back, I'm going to grab these Magnum ammo, and I'm going to leave. Before we leave, though, we're going to go inside of this building, because this building had Lara's pistols, and she's so happy to have these back. And now we can take on enemies. Make sure that you select these and put them into your holster. Otherwise, you won't. When you press triangle, she won't draw anything. Now, let's go ahead and go up here. And we want to make our way up this way. You could go back the way you came, but we need a secret. And this is going to lead us to a secret. Right here, if you look straight up, you'll notice there's a hole in the ceiling. We need to get up in here. And we also need to get an achievement. This one's called I'm Not Falling for This Trick. And what we need to do is we need to go up through here. We need to get into the secret and out of it without ever touching these slopes right here. There's a slope in front of Lara, and there's one on the other side of that grate there. As soon as you touch the slope, though, that grate opens into lava, so be very careful. Let's go ahead and just do a run and jump up here and avoid the slopes entirely. Get the secret, and we'll pull this lever. That's going to open the door so we can leave. Let's grab the UziAmmo here, and also there's a large med pack right here. Snag those things, and then we need to hop up onto here. Now, this jump's a lot harder than the one that we did to get inside of here. So you want to make sure you do this correctly, but you need to make sure that you curve and don't ever touch that slope, and then you'll get the I'm not falling for this trick. But if you're having an issue and you don't seem to make it, I'll go ahead and show you. When you slide on this, that thing is going to open. It's not open for me because I already did the secret. But you can hop back and forth on these slopes in order to avoid falling into them. And then eventually the trapdoor will shut again. And you can stand on this, and then you can get out. Or, you know, if you're still trying to get the secret, then you can pull yourself up and into the secret that way. Alright, well, anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and leave. We got the rest of this level to do. Excellent. Now, we don't necessarily need to go back to the building there. If we keep going through this corridor, eventually it'll take us back out. Right here where the boat's at. And now we're finally done with all the back and forthing. We can finally just head forward and complete this level. So let's keep going straight this way. We're going to go back through the drill and into the area where we're going to find the first enemy out of 3 that are in this level. Alright, so let's jump that, get over here, and then right here is where we're going to find our first enemy. For one of the deaths for Deadline, we do need to die to this guy, so I'm just going to come out here and get shot up by this guy up until he destroys me, and we'll count that as a death. Man, he's melting me. He's one of the quickest life-draining dudes I've seen. Holy mackerel. Alright, I'll see you guys back in the spot. Now, I'm going to show you a few tricks here. I'm going to show you how to skip Cowboy, just straight up get past him, don't have to worry about him. And then I'm going to show you the best way to fight him. And then I'm going to show you a setup so you can do the skip and then practice it. What a lot of people do, speedrunners especially, they don't even fight this guy. They literally just come in here, and then they find this little jump right here, and grab and pull up. And then this cuts out a large portion of this level. You miss a secret and a couple other things, but you can also do this to fight Cowboy if you really want to. And just fight him from here. The tile I'm going to be referring to is this one right here. Okay, you see the 2 tiles right here with a slope there and a slope there. It's the tile right here that's cat-a-corner to this pillar. You want to be dead center on this tile. Cowboy is going to spawn over here. Now, here's the trick. If you are at the maximum range from him, he will miss every shot. He'll move around too, so you're going to have to move with him in order to maintain that maximum range. But if you do this correctly, then you can literally do this without taking damage and just fight him. So I'm going to run up and just land right here and just chill. Now, hopefully he doesn't move. Okay, he took a step forward, I'm going to take a hop back. Another step forward, hop back from me. Now, I lost line of sight, so this whole thing's been broken. But that is an effective strategy that you can use to fight him. Now I have to fight him normally, and this fight is not that easy. It's actually really difficult. Where's the boss health bar, by the way? That's very odd. Anyway, be very careful while you're fighting him because of all of the cracks in the ground. You can fall into the lava, you can fall off the side over here, do all kinds of stuff to ruin your day. So just be very careful when you're fighting this guy. Like that, I could have fallen in, you know? Another strategy would be to just try to get that maximum range, though. But once you break the maximum range and you're in this combat mode, it's not as easy as it was before, as it is before. So, oh, where did he go off to? I might be able to get him to max range again. Nope, he's too close. He's hurting me hard too. Now we're gonna try to stay behind him if I can. And I do not. I just want to be. Oh, good, he's dead. I just don't want to fall into those cracks, man. That's a game ender right there. All right, now that he's dead, I'll go ahead and save the... I don't need to save it right now, actually. I didn't save it. I want to show you guys a lineup for this jump so you can practice it. Okay? There's this stone on the ground, right here, on the ledge. I'm going to stand on him. And then I'm going to angle Lara for this lever. And then from here, what I recommend doing is saving your game for your practice. Take a hop back, do a run and jump, curve a little bit, and then grab this ledge and pull yourself up. Practice that. Okay, and that's what I use in order to quickly skip Cowboy. I just kind of try to find that stone real quick, aim for it, run and jump, and then pull yourself up in order to continue through this. There's a setup for you that you can use to practice. Let's go ahead and reload this game and just do this normally, because we still got to get all the pickups, and this skips a bunch of stuff. Since we're doing all pickups, I'm going to come over here to this side right here. Oh, I forgot to mention that Cowboy drops the Magnums, so you have your Magnums back now. I'm going to find this slope right here because behind it there's a ledge right here where we can drop safely. Okay, this is another way you might be able to skip Cowboy as well. And then from here, hop back again, grab this ledge, and then drop and grab this ledge like this. And pull yourself up. You'll find a small med pack. In order to continue through this level, we gotta shimmy across this. So we just gotta shimmy all the way over to the end here. And when you get to this tile right here, you can safely drop. And then you can do another shimmy right here. But if you really, really want to show off, then you can actually just do a run and jump like this and over to this tile right here. Make sure you grab in the air, otherwise she will not make that. And then you can do a shimmy from here all the way over to there. Or, once again, if you really, really, really want to show off, this one's much harder to do. This is a really difficult jump to do, but we're going to try it. You can also do that jump right there. Now, we're going to continue through this corridor. There's nothing really here at all. Just some dirt and rocks. And make our way out here. And we were over here, but now we're on the other side, so just want to make sure you understand where we're at. Coming on through here, we want to make our way across these pillars. Be very careful because not every pillar is very friendly. If you stand on this one, for example, you'll slide off and into the lava. So just be mindful of that. Then you can run and jump to that pillar and then make your way into this secret right here, to this corridor. This is for a secret. If you don't need a secret, you can continue on. You don't have to come into here. But be very mindful when you come into the secret. As soon as you step on this tile in front of Lara, there's going to be a boulder that comes down here to crush you. But we need to move this movable box. So immediately come in here and move this box forward one. Once you stand here, you'll chime the secret. And then we can also move this box, but you honestly don't need to. You honestly don't need to move it back. But it doesn't really matter. Because this is how they kind of expect you to get into the secret. Is to jump up here. But you can honestly go around this boulder. You simply just run around through the corner here like this. Very easy. And then we can grab the stuff that's on the ground here. Alright, and in order to make it back, you can go actually up this way. You pull yourself up through here and get back, and that also leads you up above. But once again, you can just run around this boulder if you just get up in it and just run like this. Well, she's not doing it now, but she normally does this just fine. Of course, when I need to demonstrate it, it doesn't work very well. There we go. I don't know what that was all about. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull ourselves up here because there are some items up here that we do need to grab. There is some UziAmmo and there's a large med pack right here. Alright, and then let's fall through this hole. This puts us on the other side of the boulder so we can leave. Imagine that. now you can jump on that pillar straight across from here, but if you're feeling really like you really got to show off, you can also do a run and jump over to here. And now we just continue through, find our way down like this, and pull ourselves up right here. Be careful of the lava down below. And this leads us into the TNT room. The goal here, first of all, if you notice, there's a wall right here. We cannot pass through this. All right, there's really no way of getting out and through this wall. So we need the TNT. We're gonna blow it up. But the switch is not here. It's actually far. We need to get up and into this opening up above right here. This is where we need to go. So we're gonna move one of these TNT boxes into position so we can jump up there. In effect, we're kind of actually moving the TNT box into position for the explosion too. So that's a nice little treat that the developers have created here. Let's go ahead and pull him. We want to pull him about 4 times from here to put him in the position, and that's all you really need to do. But if you're having a hard time with the jump, you can always pull it more. Hopefully this thing doesn't explode while Lara's trying to pull this thing. It's, hopefully, you know, Cowboy's not out there about to pull that lever. Oh no, he's dead, so we don't have to worry about him. Alright, so from here you can make the jump. Whoops. And then from here we just do a run and jump up into this. Well, I am not playing well today. That's okay. Let's go ahead and try again. If all else fails, you can always move the box again. So let's make our way up through here. And onto this. This is going to get this boulder rolling, but you can honestly just wait for it. And make our way into this area that should look familiar. This is where we fought Cowboy down there. Up here we'll find some Magnum ammo. Let's make sure we grab that. And then we want to pull this lever to explode the TNT. Kaboom. Now, we're going to go, because that rock formation that was preventing us from continuing through this level is now gone, and we can make our way to the end. Alright, making our way through here, slowly but surely. And then coming on out of here, we just want to kind of head over here to the left. And then we will find our way into the Skaterboy arena. Let me go ahead and save my game, because I'm going to show you guys a few tricks here. How to skip them and how to fight them and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and save that up. One other death for a deadline that we need to get is to die to this skater kid. So we're going to go in here and just let him light me up. The best way to do that is literally just get in front of him. And he will melt you pretty straight away. So, yeah. Oh, not done yet, huh? Man, okay, well, he sucks at shooting, clearly. Alright, I'll see you guys back at this spot. Now, on normal game, just new game, to skip this guy, you literally can just run straight through. His damage is so small and so minimal that it's not even a worry. I'm not even worried about it. So to skip him, I can simply just run through here. No worries, man, no worries. And then here at the end, watch out for this boulder, of course. And once you get up here, Skaterboy is no longer a threat, regardless, no matter what you do. You're free. You can now continue on. So on New Game, that's a great way to skip him. However, on New Game Plus, it's not so easy. If he catches up to you, you probably will die, especially if you're trying to do a no loads, no meds on NG Plus. Not fun. So I'm going to show you another strategy on how to avoid him on NG Plus. What I do is I come over here to where this Uzi pickup is. You can also do the secret and come out and do it this way as well. And I'll hide behind this pillar a little bit. And what this is going to do is it's going to change his... He's always trying to come to me. He's always trying to come at me, right? So he's going to turn around. He's actually trying to go this way right now. He's going to turn around, and he's going to try to come all the way over to me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb this track right here. Okay. And I'm going to wait right here at the top. Not all the way at the spiral, but right here, as soon as he clears that corner, I'm going to gun it for this exit. And now he has to come all the way back. Right, he's up here. He actually has to come all the way back to reach me. But I'm going to be gone by the time he catches up. He's not going to be able to reach me at all. Watch out for that boulder. Let's go ahead and go. And then pull ourselves up and we're free. So that's a great way of getting past him on New Game Plus without taking damage if you just want to skip him. However, we want to fight him because he does drop something, and we also got to get the secret and pick up everything in that room anyway. So let's go in here, see what he's deciding to do. Now, just like every other enemy, the best thing to do is stay behind him. Although this guy is actually really difficult to stay behind him because of the sides and all that stuff. But once he dies, come up and make sure you reach into his crotch to grab the Uzis. Now you have the Uzis, crotch Uzis. Now that he's gone, let's go ahead and rummage this place, pick up all the stuff that he left behind. He's got this Uzi pickup over here where he spawns. And then he also has an Uzi pickup over here across this ramp near the entrance to this area. So you just jump the ramp and come over here to pick this up. And then there's another pickup on the way out from the secret. We're going to go ahead and get the secret now. And the secret is right here, okay? There's some water here. It's not lava. They like to trick you. Everything's lava except for that one. So let's go ahead and fall into here. And we're going to make our way into this section right here where we'll get the secret, and then we can pick up all three of these items. We've got a small med pack, some Uzis, and a large med pack. With those in hand, we can leave. And the exit of this is going to take us out directly above some UziAmmo. And fall out, pick up the UziAmmo that he left behind, and that's everything in this area. All the tricks have been shown, and all the items have been picked up. Let's go ahead and go. We're ready to continue on into the next section. Okay, so if you were paying attention, you may have noticed that I went through here and I didn't spawn boulders. There are boulders here, but I skipped their triggers. And their triggers, I don't know about the sides, honestly. I don't know where those triggers are. But up the center, it's this tile right here with the rock on it. If you step on that tile, or if you step on this tile right here with the rock on it, then those will spawn the boulder. This right here does not count, by the way. It's just these ones right here that look like frozen lava, basically. Here and here. Show you that now. You step on this one, you spawn the boulder. And of course you want to get out of the way, but of course that might also spawn another boulder. So just be very careful of all that stuff. And then here at the end, if you accidentally skip its trigger, then you won't be able to leave. There's a boulder blocking your way. I mean, you could glitch past it if you want, but it takes a while. It's best just to spawn it and avoid it. So the spawn tile, if you're not able to get past that boulder, is just the fourth row of tiles from the wall, or the third slope tile, with however you want to look at it. Stand there real quick, or just hit it real quick, and the boulder will roll. All right, let's climb our way out of here and continue through this level. We're pretty close to done here, guys. We got a couple more tricks to show you, some more items to pick up. In this room, we just simply want to go to the top. That's all you want to do, is just climb your way to the very top. And eventually you'll make your way into a golden room. Alright, now up here you'll find a movable box. We want to push this guy. If you pull him, you're going to have to push him. So just push them. Just push him. Just push him twice. Once he's here, you can't push him any further, unfortunately. And if you take a close look, you'll notice that there's a seam right here in the wall. There's something behind this. But we can't push him again, so there's something we need to do. Turns out is that this block is butted up against another movable box that we have to move out of the way, and then we can finish pushing him to gain access to that So let's go ahead and come up here. We'll find another movable box. We want to push him twice, but that's it. He can live there forever. And then we see a door here, and we're going to open that door here soon. Fall down here. We're on the lower level again, and this is the movable box that is preventing us from getting that other movable box into position. So now that we have moved this movable box, let's go back up and through and find the other movable box and move him into position. And that is where he will stay forever. There he is. I found him. Now let's push him. And inside of here, you find a door that's shut. And then we have a lever. This lever does not open that door. It opens the other door that I mentioned before above. So let's go up there. And into this section here. Coming down the corridor, we find another movable box. Go figure. We want to push him once and he can live there forever. And then we are into this hallway. And this is the hallway with the troll door. It's a troll door because if you notice, as you try to get close to it, it shuts on you. And no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to make it. That's okay. I'm going to show you a 100% consistent way of getting through that. But I'm also going to continue at this level normally, so I'll go ahead and open up the other door. Alright, so let's go ahead and go through here. I'm going to go ahead and save my game. Because I don't want to break anything. Okay, so the trick to get through this door... you have to follow these steps, and you don't want to wait at all. You just want to do them one right after another, okay? You have to do, from this point, you want to be all the way up against the wall, and you want to be on the left side of the tile set. I'll just explain it real quick. You do a run and jump roll. You want to run, jump, and turn in the air. Immediately roll when you hit the ground, and then do a standing jump forward and continue to run forward, and then you will make the door. Every single time. So from here, we want to do a run and jump roll, like that. Roll, standing jump forward, and then continue to run straight while jumping in the air to make the door. And you'll make it out just fine. And it works every time. Okay, but as you can see, I'm out here, and what's really interesting about this skip is you never hit the activation tile for this bald guy. So you don't have to fight him. I'll show you that activation tile right now, actually. So the door straight ahead is the normal exit, and then the activation tile is right in front of the door. And now I have to fight him. So there's that. So this is the only way to spawn him. So if you don't come through this door, you don't activate him and you don't have to worry about it. And it's also not considered a glitch. This is still glitchless, even if you don't activate him. But let's go do this level legitimately, because that's still considered a legit method. Alright, let's go out through here. And this is that exit. This is the normal exit right here. Alright, let's save the game in case something crazy happens. Now, I do need to die to Cowboy, so I'm going to come out here for Deadline. I'm going to say cheese for him and let him blow me in the face with that shotgun barrel of his. I'm just going to stand right here and... Wow, he missed that one. I'm right in front of you. How he missed twice? 3 times? What the flip? Let me step back. Maybe he's... Oh, wow. I didn't realize this guy was terrible at aiming this thing. Oh, well, but here we go. There we go. That is death by the shotgun bald guy. Okay, I'll see you guys back at the spot. I'm going to take out my shotgun because we need to get the Shell Sucker achievement. We got to defeat him with the shotgun. If you don't have the shotgun, I got it in the second secret. So make sure you look at the walkthrough and figure out how I got the shotgun. Let's go ahead and go out here.
Say cheese.
We're going to fight him straight up, man. Just... blow him away with the shotgun. Now, just like every other enemy, the best way to fight him is to get behind him. He cannot shoot you, and he will try to turn to get you to fight him. There we go. He's dead. And when he dies, he drops the shotgun if you don't have it already. But since I have the shotgun, he drops shotgun shells. With all of that out of the way, we need to leave the level. That's the next goal, is to get out of here. We need to climb up this pyramid, though. And what we want to do is we want to do a standing jump up to here. Whoops, I missed. Let's try again. This has been a very humbling Natla's mines. Let's try again. There we go. And then we just want to continue to jump up to these higher sections. The goal is to make it into that opening over there. You can go all the way to the top and then slide down the far end and you'll land in there. But what speedrunners do and what we can do is we can just do a run and jump from here, actually. But we want to grab in the air like this. Otherwise she will miss and she'll hit that slope and go all the way to the bottom. Pull this lever. This lever is going to open up the door across from the troll door. Inside of that room is our key to the end of the level. We're so close to done here, guys. But before we go, we want to make sure we grab this UziAmmo and also this large med pack that they have on the ground here. And then we'll find this piece right here, and that's our key to leave. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the end of Natla's Mines. And before I do quit, I do want to mention that you can complete this level without your weapons. I've showed you all the skips on how to skip all the 3 of the enemies. There's only 3 enemies in here. And when you do complete this level without your weapons, then when you start Atlantis, you will start with the pistols, and then the very first pickup is Uzis. So you can totally do this level without getting your weapons, just so you're aware. Alright, let's use the pyramid key. Plop it right inside of there and leave this level, and I will say thank you so much for watching my Natla's Mines walkthrough. I've got 3 of 3 secrets, 30 of 30 pickups, all 3 enemies have been slaughtered, and that's it for me for now. I'll see you guys in Atlantis. Take it easy.